Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to introduce our next fireside chat, Trading Summary 2023, Trading Behavior Shifts, Risks, and Outlooks. Please welcome with me Naomi, Ewart-Simcock, and Opal Yang. Ladies, the floor is yours.
Thank you, thank you. All right, 2022 wasn't a good year for FX industry in general. We saw the leading brokers has lost up to something like 10% of the workforce. So today, we're going to talk about the reason behind this dip and the possible way to come out from it, together with Opal Yang. I'm Naomi Ewart-Simcock, the account manager at ActivTrades, and this is Opal Yang. She is the CEO of New Direction Limited, also a market influencer. Opal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Opal Yang. I run a company, New Direction Solution. We do broker licensing, brokerage merger and acquisitions. We also give retail traders the advisor of the brokerages, giving them the complaint procedure advisor. And also I run a YouTube channel, Opal FX Studio. I'm the host and content creator. Yeah, that's my introduction.
As you can see, we are representing different market participants. So in the end, we will leave a few minutes for Q&As. Okay, last year, we especially talked about the trading volumes. And this year, we can see the trading volumes stays flat, like this slide. 2019, 6.6 trillion a day. And 2022, 7.5 trillion a day. But 2023, 7.52 trillion a day. Perhaps March, so the chart next to the table is month-on-month trading volumes, as we can see kind of declining. And this slide shows the breakdown, how it's declining. So spot transactions was minus 3.3%, forward minus 7.10%, and so on and so forth. So we see probably minus 4% of declining. But this data up to April 2023. So it seems all dooming glooming. However, over 43% of the trades are still made in the UK. So I still believe the UK is a good place for FX industry. And the reason behind this dip, of course, we need to blame the inflation and the interest rates going high. High interest rates make the industry has much less cash flow in. And the good news is, once it's reached the bottom, the only way is going up. Over 50% of market analysts are saying the interest rate is going down, possibly next year. So that's a way to see.
Naomi, I wonder, so you are saying that the brokers are facing difficulties year 2023?
Yes, absolutely.
And interest rate, and the reason is interest rate, and it probably will stay like this, or somehow it will decline. But when it stays flat, the volume, or also when it's a low volatilities, how do the brokers come out in this period? Like, what can they do to come out in this period?
I have two strategies. One, for the brokers, need to bring more tradable items. So, and they need to make the public aware general, every participant be aware, trading CFDs can also be a way to invest in capital markets. Because we do see increasing trade to be made on non-FX CFDs, such as futures, metals, and commodities and indices. We need to promote, and the cryptos, absolutely. So we need to promote more on those items, I think. And secondly, to find a way to work with the market influencers. You should know this much better. Okay, let's talk about the most traded markets. I would like to briefly touch on that because it largely stayed the same as the year before. The only thing worth mentioning is the Chinese currency dropped out from the top 20 list. So the most traded item is still euro dollar. Then secondly, the euro, the dollar yen, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now let's talk about recently become hugely popular prop trading or funded trading phenomenon. Opal, I know you've done a lot of research on this. Could you tell us a little more about it?
I wouldn't say myself is an expert in it. But we do see the increased number and hugely increased number. I remember about like 20 months, 18 months ago, I started getting the inquiry from my traders. And at the time, I wasn't familiar with the FTMO. They asked me, oh, do you also, would you recommend FTMO? And then I actually, because I was on the phone, I secretly did my research. Like, I didn't know what he was talking about. And the last maybe 12 months, I started to get even more inquiries. And I also work with some FTMO or like all these funded traders. And I noticed that these really become a phenomenon. And we could just simply see from some simple numbers, oh, it's not really too much like an official statistic, just I pick up some numbers. If we could see some market leading prop funds, FTMO, my Forex funds, I pick these two because it's easier to find the data. If you see like the participants of FTMO in 2021, it's 960,000 new accounts created in 2021. That's the newest data I could find. And estimate assets, well, I didn't know it before, but I had the first-hand information just earlier because I was FNTMO was on this stage. So there was a question came out, and it estimates their profit in 2022. It was 120 millions. So well, we can see like the leading preference, that's their numbers of accounts and profits. And for my Forex funds, if some people here might not know, that they got picked up by CFTC, which is American regulator, that they might doing something not a bit untasteful. So they're being accused in this being accused and then it's putting in the court now. In the investigation paper, we found out they have 135,000 people in trading, and their profit these few years is 310 millions. And when we compare to some of our leading Forex retailer, let's just pick out IG as one of the big names, but I only put in their UK office. That is 117,000 accounts. Active accounts for them, and obviously IG has a longer history. They have 422 million on funds. So compare this number, I would say, yeah, the preference are picking up a lot, really fast.
Just merely over a year.
Yeah, just a few years. So yeah, exactly. This I would say is something I see in 2023 is a big thing happen.
So why is this prop firms are so popular?
I know. I don't know if everybody in here are familiar with profit challenges, online profit challenge. Actually, profit is not a new concept. It's how they marketing it. So now they promote it as a challenge. You have to pass 2 stage of the demo challenge. In fact, now they say that in the 3rd stage is also simulated account. Let's talk a little bit later about this. So the idea is you buy the challenge. This could be, let's say, 200,000 accounts, and you pay money. You pay the fee to participate the challenge. And when you pass 2 stages of challenge, it is to say that you have 200,000 to trade, and then you get 80%, even possibly more, 90% of the payout in your profits. And this is very, very, very attractive for the traders. Let's say when you start trading, when you're familiar with how to trade, the most you can do is risk your own funds, because maybe you are not in the stage of trading on behalf of the clients. Then you are putting all your asset in, not all, like some of your asset in risk. And this is to tell the traders, you can trade without having your own funds in risk. So that is something quite attractive for the traders.
Yes, appealing. But how much is the fee you're talking about, roughly?
Let's say let's take FTMO as an example. If you want to trade 10,000 counts that you can $10,000 that you can get a payout, you pay $150, no, or euro. Oh, well, it's more or less the same.
So $100. So how could possibly they are making hundreds, millions of profits?
Yeah, you can. You got to see it's a snowball effect, and you can see that for take FNTMO as example, in 2021 they have 960,000 accounts created. So for them, as we also spoke to them earlier, they don't really put the trades in the market. So the way they do that is to accumulate these people's fees, and then to pay the profitable traders. So that is one way the traders get paid out. I also know, I interviewed some prop trading firms or some the influencers in the market. They may know that if the trader is profitable, they will pass the trades to the market. So just like STP. So there are ways they're making money. It's interesting. So for me, I see in 2023, if you want to say one of the big things happen in the Forex market, I would say, yeah, possibly profits, they're booming is really one of the big things.
So what do they do if the customer failed the first stage?
This is something, they design the system, I think is interesting. It's quite interesting because it's a lot of psychology in it. So they have some preference they design in a way, if you pass the first stage and you fail in the second stage, you have a chance to take it again. And if not, basically it's actually just making the traders wanted to do it again, because possibly you get 80% payout. So yeah, they play psychology a bit.
So they got the psychology right.
Something is worth it to mention. Social media plays a big part. If you now search Foundry Trader, and you see they say the top ones come out is like, oh, I get 5,000 payouts in this month, or I get it's almost they are having a competition who is having the most funded. So you search and you find 1.2 million funded trader. So So in before, I think Forex trading could be quite lonely.
Which social media platform do you see this?
You may, oh yeah, they are all over YouTube, all over Twitter, talk about prop trading and compared to the payout, they talk about trading strategies a lot, yeah. So I think it makes it interesting is they actually bring the community together. They actually make it a community. In there, they compare how many, how much they funded, and they discuss between them. Yeah, I think it's definitely a trend, and the trend will continue.
So it sounds like trading is no longer a lonely business. That probably the key of their
I definitely think so. Social media and, for example, FTMO, they actually actively putting the traders as a community. So a lot of provinces as well, they put out some traders meetups. I've attended one meetup before. But because I'm not a very good trader myself, I went as a sort of like media. So I found out between then it's almost like this pyramid marketing. They are encouraging each other in a way that they make you want to be more funded. So it is very interesting, and I think, well, if the audience here, you are introducing brokers or retail brokers, definitely could have a think that from this phenomenon, how we can also make profits.
So I don't understand, if the customers all play with the stimulated accounts, so where the payout is from?
As I understand, with some limited traders or prop funds I spoke about, so most of them, it is actually from the feeds. So it's like a lottery, isn't it? So you accumulate, everybody buy the lottery, everybody buy the accounts, but most of them fail. Most of them fail the challenge. I think according to FTMO, it's 90% of the traders failed. So basically 90% of the traders, they pay in the fees and they accumulate. For these traders, the traders actually make profit to get a payout. However, I also heard from some prop tradings that they claim, I'm not 100% sure, they claim that they do have investors. So they actually have the traders to trade the real money, and they share the profit. So that's some different story. But I think most of them, they take it as marketing expenses. So obviously, when those the good traders, or if they are also influencers, when they get the payout, they promote the company, and yeah, that's actually marketing expenses for the company.
So do the traders know where the payout is from?
These, I think, my Forex funds, which is I list here, is also quite leading province in the market. This year in September, they got picked up by CFTC, American regulator, and saying that, and actually put in the paper that, this province told you that you are trading the real account after you pass 2 stages. But you're actually not. You're still trading in demo account. And obviously the whole thing is still in the court case. But I think this actually brings some awareness of the traders. And then now most of the province, they also put in their marketing material that you are trading simulated account, not the real money. So I think, in fact, I think my Forex funds went down, is actually probably a good thing for the industry.
But I saw some good news yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Yeah,
some funds was released.
Yeah, last week, apparently in New Jersey court, so the judge decided they should put a cap on the money they frozen. So they released 100 millions, which is a good thing because to let my Forex funds be able to pay, maybe pay some of the payouts or pay these people who bought the challenge as well. So I think it will make the market come down a bit because since my Forex funds event happened, I see a lot of people hold back in this business. But I think this, in fact, maybe for the industry is a little bit good news. Like maybe a lot of things that CFTC accused may not be 100% the truth. So it's not all that negative.
Yeah. Yes. So CFTC, obviously CFTC disapprove this kind of business model, but they can't really regulate such firms because no regulation is out.
In fact, yeah, the preference are not regulated. Well, if like the audience here have also attended the FTMO's session earlier, even the CEO and CTO themselves, they are not sure. They are not regulated. They are not sure if they will be regulated in the future, and we don't know. But I think after this event, for sure the regulators will have to look into it. But before that, because the regulation in place, it still takes a while. So if they are working on the regulation, I think the prop trading business still have maybe a few years of good years coming.
So do you think the regulation might be good for the industry or for this business model, the competition and challenging business model?
Well, it's not really for me to say, but as introducing broker and work in the market, I think definitely the regulation will provide a good side, make the market even more make the market, the industry, a lot more transparent, because right now we really don't know what the prop firms are really doing. If they really pass trade to the brokers, or they act as brokers themselves, or they actually do what FTMO do, everything is simulated account. So we're not sure, but if the regulation in place, I think for sure we wouldn't see such a payout. I think we wouldn't see 80% or 90% payout for the profit, because we work in the industry. We know when the investors put the funds for the traders trade, the profit share could be, I think maximum I do is like 30% to the traders. So yeah, I think 90%, 80% could be the past if it's really coming to regulation. A lot of challenge the way they do marketing or challenge, maybe they won't be able to do the same. So yeah, there will be good effect and bad effect for the market. But before that, I think it's going to be still a big trend for 2024.
So the payout won't be as crazy as 90%, 80%.
But still attractive. The whole system
you think?
is still attractive because you are actually only paying a demo account. Considering a lot of traders, when you are quite familiar with your skills, when you want to increase the capital, you have to actually either launch your funds, or you actually have to recruit some capitals. So they are more difficult than just pass the challenge and then you sort of like having this amount of money to trade. So I think at the moment it's still seeing the very effective and attractive way for the traders to trade the bigger capital and for them to get a profit from it.
Yeah, trading academy and social trading are not new. So what makes them so huge all of a sudden?
I think still social media. I think because like in the recent years, social media is explore me more. So I feel a bit shy for people introduce me as a YouTuber because a lot of people are YouTubers. So I think social media, because the hurdle is so low, and for them to express themselves is quite easy. And you know that when the traders make money, they'll tell the world. So I think that's the thing. Apart from the actual challenge is very attractive. They do good in marketing. And also, it is a dream that you can, after you are familiar with one skill, there are a lot wider career you can go for. So I think the traders buy that.
So from what you described, I would believe this business model is, well, FTMO is, strictly speaking, is not a financial firm. So how does it fit in with the regulation? I still don't quite understand.
That's why they are not regulated, and most of prop firms are not regulated. You can open a prop firm tomorrow.
Wow.
I probably would think about that after I did the research of how they make the profit and how much the profit they accumulated. But I mean, obviously, the risk behind it is if you just really get a lot of traders making money and you're going to pay 80, 90% of payout. That's also why their prop firms just opened every day. But you see this one collapsed, this one shut down. So there's no regulation. It is true, it is a problem, but when there's a problem, there's also opportunities.
So how many prop firms out of there, you reckon?
I don't know the actual number. A few months ago, I spoke to a consultant because we are talking about working together to develop these prop firms trading apps and the software. So the consultant told me from what they know, the active ones are 200, but that was maybe September. And I know the prop firms come out every day, so I don't think this number is accurate.
Hundreds.
Yeah. So, and on top of that, not just prop firms, there are also a lot of side business coming out. I know because I was doing the research of prop firms, and then the YouTube keep pushing me some advertisements of like this class of, oh, we help you to pass FTMO challenge. So this academic, and I also have the EAs help you to use the algorithm to pass the challenge of preference, and also even in the payout stage, there are a lot of business actually developed because of preference now is popular.
So it sounds like it has its own ecosystem.
Exactly. So in our Forex world, apart from asset managers, apart from like the retail trading, institutional trading, I think this is another sector of a big thing. Yeah, that's what I see. I'm not sure if that's what everybody sees. Maybe we can also see what everybody thinks and. Welcome the questions.
I can see you're very positive about this. So let's finish here with a positive note. Any questions? Oh, dear audience.
Hi, Opal. I've got few questions. For instance, like you mentioned an FTMO, right? It's not really a trading platform using the real money, right? So it's basically based on the token sort of trading, let's say demo account, right? How would you prevent me abusing the account? For instance, if it's not real money, all I can do is pay the entrance fee, go in and trade crazily without stop loss, without any strategy, just trading everything one side.
No, you can't, because when they set up the challenges or in the payout stage, they have the limit of trading. In fact, that's why some of the very good traders you might not pass the challenge because in general, their setup is the daily drawdown is 5%. And the maximum drawdown is 10%. So you stop out before, like if you trade in your own funds, you set this up by yourself, but the company set it up for you. They also have like minimum trading days within the challenge. Maybe if it's 30 days challenge, you have to trade minimum like 5 days or 10 days. So there are a lot of rules in the setup. So you can't really trade crazily. And also from the influencers I know, they could ban you from the trading ruthlessly as well. So they still have their risk management team.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Okay. Second question. The data via that platform is real time, like data, exactly like the real market, correct?
They are trading underlying the real market, but apparently that's what they say, right? Like in the meeting.
Yes, FTMO said that.
Okay.
But
They
the
are not
question
passing
is,
the trades. It's
but
within then
Okay.
in the challenge.
My second question is, as we know, there is globally there is so many wars around. Like I mean, when there is a war, everyone know the gold price gonna go up, and everyone bet against the USD, right? So what if when there is certain war appeared, when all the trader on the FTMO start to bet against the USD, and the whole market collapsed, what the FTMO gonna do? I mean,
You mean then the traders fail the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, because everyone is by their rule, right? Everyone is not abusing the trader. Everyone is trading by a certain set. But certainly the market collapsed, right? So we're
I
affected.
see what you mean. Yeah.
we're
So
affected
if a proper trading firm acting as a demo market maker,
correct.
so how they control the risk? If everyone's making money, for example, if the war happens and gold price source and everyone makes money, right?
Then maybe we see.
But for the brokers ourselves, we STP it.
Well, we all remember the Black Swan, what happened to
Absolutely.
Opal and
Yes. So how if they are purely
then maybe
market
we
makers,
see another province collapse. I don't know actually.
maybe, yeah, or
I
pray.
have no idea.
There's no war.
Okay.
I mean, the preference, it does, I mean, because there's no regulation, it's not like I put money in ActivTrades. I have, I know the rules, and I also know there's anything, I have 85,000 protected. So the preference would possibly collapse, and then the money you pay for the challenge or your funding account just disappeared. But having said that, the traders most of them, they're aware of that. So they know the most they are risking is their fees, and that could be a few hundred. So for them, the risk is still minimum.
No, I'm not worried about the loss. I'm worried about...
Oh, yeah, they cannot pay out because they're
Exactly,
paying 80% of the profit.
Exactly.
That's why I say, because there's no regulation, they collapse and then just go into the liquidation. I mean, I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, okay, let's finish here. Thank you very much, dear
Thank
audience.
you.
Thank you.